seeing the walls close in on President Trump, I started writing op-eds, I started speaking out. I also got a great opportunity at a very tragic time. I got to meet President Trump personally in Dover when he came out to receive my wife, her remains, and remains of 3 other great Americans. So President Trump gave me the opportunity to speak with him at pretty much the darkest moment of my life. He was very generous, very caring, very compassionate. I saw that he deeply cared about our fallen, he deeply cared about our nation. And then he asked me what my thoughts were. At the time, I had just retired from the military and I was working for the Central Intelligence Agency. He knew that I had a background in the Middle East, and he asked me what I thought, and I told him that he had gotten it right. Regardless of what the deep state and what the so-called adults in the room from the national security establishment of unelected bureaucrats was trying to portray, that he had gotten it right. So from there, that kind of gave me a unique insight into the Trump world, because the Trump world, they didn't think conventionally, they thought unconventionally. They wanted to actually make some changes. So I became an unofficial advisor to the Trump administration at that point for the next couple of months, working on the Iraq project, working on Iran, working on Syria. Those issues were primarily what I helped out with. Did a lot of outreach as well with the media. So that gave me a little bit of insight into Trump's inner circle. So they offered me a job in October of 2019 to come back in the second Trump administration to work in the National Security Council. So I had the opportunity once more to go to the White House, meet with key members of the Trump team, starting with Jared Kushner, National Security Advisor, and then with President Trump himself to have a formal interview process. From there, we all saw what happened. The events of 2020 took place. We saw once again unelected bureaucrats, big tech, the mainstream media, labor unions, and once again, an army of the same people that lit our towns on fire all last summer. Antifa, BLM, and hired thugs pushed this narrative that Joe Biden had won the election in an overwhelming victory. And if we said anything about it, we'd be canceled, deplatformed, and targeted, labeled as terrorists. And we see that going on right now with this January 6th commission. It's continuing.